What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of the Jericho Report Weekly News Briefing. It is Sunday, the 14th of May, 2023. Already halfway through May. It's been another week of just crazy madness, and if you caught the Trump down, well, we're going to get into that in a minute. As always, the first link below, though, will take you over to the Patreon post. That's where you can find all the madness. I got a mixed bag this week. Let's just get into it. Goodfellas actor cause of death confirmed a year later. Why did it take it a year for them to let us know that Ray Liotta died of respiratory insufficiency, pulmonary edema, and acute heart failure? They didn't want that to come out in the beginning. Rest in peace, Ray Liotta. I miss you. I love your movies. Polish health minister tells Pfizer delivery no any more vaccines is pointless. Wants his money back. People are coming around to the fact that, well, I can't say too much here on YouTube, but I'll link to the article here. Let's see, Chelsea Clinton, maybe you can give the vaccines to her. She's leading the Big Catch-Up initiative, which will be the largest childhood immunization ever. A few words from Chelsea here.
And so I think we need kind of the public sector to hopefully stop doing things like stripping away public health emergency powers from state public health agencies. But we also need the private sector to help, candidly, like, do a better job of helping.
Yeah, she's disappointed in the vaccination rates. Pfizer RSV vaccine given moms-to-be rise risk of premature births. Expert, well, it's right there. There's a mainstream article there. Let's see. Let's get into political news. Trump calls did you see the Trump town hall? I got to give it to Trump. I don't think that this was scripted. I was watching the whole thing. I can't believe the CNN, I know they regret this. Let's just scroll down here and see what he had to say about the host.
Do you mind?
I would like for you to answer the question.
Okay, it's very simple to answer.
That's why I asked it.
It's very simple to, you're a nasty person, I'll tell you.
I thought that was excellent. I got to give it to Trump. Definitely won that. AOC's all upset. CNN should be ashamed of themselves. They have lost total control of the town hall and again manipulated into platforming election disinformation and defenses of January 6th and all. She's all, are you mad, AOC? I thought it was absolutely beautiful. They've also brought up the fact that the day before, that some secretive jury, found Trump guilty of not rape, but sexually abusing this woman back in 1994 or some crap. Did CNN take the time to actually look into this woman? This website here has got some of her Facebook, her past postings. Let's just see, from 2012. Would you have sex with Donald Trump for $17,000 even if you could keep them under your eyes closed and all? If you scroll down here, very interesting, and this is all verified stuff. I went and looked at her pages for myself. She talks about big dick energy and Obama and Putin and Maxine Waters and read some of this stuff. Do you like performing oral sex on a man and all? This is the woman that they're, hey, whatever, I'll put a link to it. I got other news. Trump and DeSantis beat Biden in ABC poll. Joe Biden approval hits record low. Oh, come on, stop picking on Joe. Most popular president in history. 99-year-old Henry Kissinger says doubtful of older people serving as president. Oh, come on, Henry. I think it would be a great opportunity. Really a fantastic new world order could be built. I'll put a link to this from Zero Hedge. Other news going on, we've had a Frankenstein sighting this week. 89 arrives in Congress in a wheelchair. She looks like how they made melted Michael Jackson look on South Park. Put a link to it. This is Biden's AI czar. Let's have it.
My mother she would give us a hard time sometimes, and she would say to us, I don't know what's wrong with you young people. You think you just fell out of a coconut tree?
The AI czars on coconut trees, and the FBI refuses to give Congress informant file alleging Biden took bribes as vice president. Why would they do that? Don't come on no banana boat. Over to financial news. How major U.S. stock indexes fared on the Friday. Let's scroll down here. The Dow Jones fell 8.89 points, closed the week at 33,300. For the week, it was down 373. A little bit of a down week for the Dow. Put a link to the market recap data. Janet Yellen says raising the U.S. debt ceiling, if we don't raise the U.S. debt ceiling, would show other nations that we're a deadbeat country. Of course, we got the debt ceiling thing coming up here shortly. Biden fears for U.S. reputation, United States would become deadbeat nation if it defaulted on massive $31 trillion debt. Let's charge it up even more. Let's just look at some of the things we're spending money on. Biden regime to give $332.5 million tax dollars to left-wing nonprofits for Democrat cities to help settle illegal aliens into the U.S. By the way, these illegal aliens are all getting free cell phones. Check it out. Migrants in Brownville, Texas, open packets from DHS to use government-issued cell phones after processing. Some of their court dates reportedly aren't till 2027. Now, this goes on to talk about, there's been corrections made. These are ICE smart cell phones, and they don't include minutes yeah, right. Free cell phones on a taxpayer dollar. Start trying to shortcode it. Black Chicago siblings, 77 and 75, become first in the U.S. to get $25,000 reparations in cash after their names were plucked from a bingo cage. If you want a link to that. Out in California, the governor says, oh, no, wait a minute, does not endorse $1.2 million reparations checks, claiming slavery is about more than cash, instead pledging systematic changes like equality in housing and all this. They're not going to hear it, I'm telling you. Could have something to do with the fact that California defaults on $18.6 billion in debt. Employers with expenses, put a link to this. Hardee's franchise files for bankruptcy after shuttering 30. Look, the last time I tried to go through a Hardee's drive-thru was months ago. You know, because I was thinking, I haven't had a Monster Burger in a long time. I haven't had a Monster Burger in a long time. So I'm going to get me a big Monster Burger that day. The total for my order was going to be like $25 for a Monster Burger, fries, and a soda. No wonder you're filing bankruptcy with your overpriced bull crap. Put a link to that. I can't support Hardee's ever again. Wendy's, however, is teaming up with Google to train the next generation of order taker, an AI chatbot. So the chatbot's going to take your order now. Well, a lot of places, they got the app on the phone anyway. You don't even talk to anybody anymore. Anyway, other news going on. Adidas is stuck with $1.3 billion worth of unsold Yazzie shoes after they broke up with Kanye West. Well, that's kind of their fault. And Bud Light sales are still plunging across the entire... You can't give this shit away. Over to New World Order and police state news. Through South Nashville, please share the report. There's a lot of important stuff coming up. Did you see what happened this week? The Twitter has now officially been turned over to the New World Order as if it wasn't theirs the whole time. CEO, Linda, whatever her name is, this is the ex-head of NBC Universal. She's also down with the World Economic Forum. She is now going to be in charge of Twitter. Elon Musk put her, but he defends his actions. Thanks for the note. I think people from both sides of the political spectrum will find that Linda to be smart, fair, and reasonable. Yeah, with the New World Order, somebody pointed out, oh, look at this. All these New World Order shills are coming out. Saying, look, we know what we're looking at. We know exactly what we're looking. You think she's just got to leave NBC Universal and change? She's part of the World Economic Forum. Give me a break. Put a link to it. Political Police, new doc show DHS program to target middle-aged pro-life advocates and building and budding conspiracy theorists under the guise of de-radicalization, blah, 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 more of this crap. California launches new snitch hotline to report hate acts and hate incidents, including name-calling. You called me bad names, I call police on you. Parents are right to be angry about drag queen story hour. Oh, come on, that's hate speech. Over in the agenda front now. Planned Parenthood wants you to know that May is masturbation month for the kids. I'm not making this shit up. I'll put a link here to an article. Children's Hospital Director says revolutionary sex change clinic for kids is the same as treating diabetes. Yeah. Activist investor arrested after at shareholder meeting after slamming Warren Buffett's funding for Bill Gates' woke philanthropy ties to pedophile Jeffrey Epstein. I can't even talk straight. I'll put a link to the Daily Mail. Look at this. What's going on in the southern border? 1 million invaders lined up. They're just storming in. Where's Congress? Where's the military? More of that coming up in the World War III. Men Biden's DHS prepares to free border crossers directly into the U.S. communities once Title 42 ends. This is all happening right now. Slap in the face. South Shore residents outraged over migrant housing plan up in Chicago. It's going on all over the nation, though. And Governor Greg Abbott wants you to know that the cartels know the federal government controls immigration process. The cartels are working in collaboration with President Biden to facilitate illegal border crossings. Over to World War III news. We got Britain has delivered long-range Storm Shadow cruise missiles to Ukraine ahead of expected counteroffensive. Sources say this from CNN. Put a link to this. We got Ukraine peace talks now impossible, says the UN chief. This from RT. Put a link to that. Russia is floating a plan to build a village for conservative Americans who want to move to a Christian country and are tired of liberal. I don't know how good that's going to work. Put a link to that. Microsoft start. We got an Operation Blackjack hit here. Be advised, all major military bases in Pakistan attacked and evacuated. If you read into this, if the free world doesn't interfere, 165 nuclear warheads that the country possesses could fall into the hands of terrorists. Operation Blackjack alert there. We got Pakistan's former PM arrested by paramilitary forces outside Islamabad High Court. Put a link to that. Other stuff going on here. We got, let's see, Panic hits Tel Aviv beach as over 100 Gaza rockets pound Israel. We got sirens going off over the beach. Scroll down here, they got some video of some, I guess it's the Iron Dome taking out some of the rockets. I believe that's what we're looking at. Craziness on the other side of the world. China calls on Canada to stop unreasonable provocations that may not have been side paper, but like that. North Korea or the Korea's nuclear escalation risks intensify yet again. This come out May 12 from a source I'm not familiar with, but I don't doubt it. Down in Texas, okay, we got Texas National Guard deployed riot gear soldiers addressed illegal crossings, probably just to hand out more free cell phones. Put a link to that. Texas has deployed their own Texas Tactical Border Force for migrants who want to storm the border once Title 42 ends. I mean, this is what's going on the southern border. Check it out. Remarkable video from Fox Drone shows enormous line of hundreds of migrants who just crossed illegally. Large majority are single adults. Yeah, this is why it's in the World War III bin. Check it out. Who are these people that are crossing? Not a lot of women and children. Quite possibly the Durka. Seriously. Be aware, people. Be aware. Allah, Muhammad Jihad. Over to Earth changes in 2012 news. We got a 7.6 happen this week on May 10. South Pacific Ocean. That was a pretty big one. That's all I got for 6 points and above for the past week. Let me drop down to 5. A lot of 5s going on. Didn't see too much on volcanoes this week. I'll put a link to the earthquake data. Had a huge wedge tornado up in Nebraska. Check that thing out. Tornadoes all over the place this week. This one up in Nebraska. Also had tornadoes down in Oklahoma City and all down through the south there again. I'll put a link to this local article down there. Now, somebody posted this on GLP. I think this is an older video, but they posted it this weekend. For all the people who called us chemtards over the years, just listen to what this NASA person is talking about.
Something they've known for a long time is when you have very large volcanoes, we see a drop in temperature around the world. Why does that happen? Well, very big volcanoes like Mount Pinatubo that erupted in the Philippines several times, but in 1991, it lofted so much stuff into the stratosphere in the form of aerosols, sulfur dioxide, that you actually get a haze. This dark layer here is an after photo. Here's a before photo looking at the atmosphere. Here's an after. And you can see this drop. You see this big uptick in optical depth. That's where we actually introduce some dimming of the sun. And it lasted for a while, right? This stuff stays up there for a while, a few years. And there's a measurable drop in temperature.
You ever walk outside
and we see this
just see a
repeatedly
haze
when large
in the sky?
volcanoes erupt. We see it with Pinatubo, we see it with El Chichon. You can look back through the record and see evidence of changes.
This is
So we're
NASA
taking a lesson
JPL
from Mother
talking.
Nature. So the idea is, well, if Mother Nature can do that, why don't we? So there have been a variety of schemes proposed, ranging from zany to pretty low tech. And they all have to do with getting aerosols into the stratosphere and keeping them there for years and years and years.
Aluminum and barium.
So, for example, if we used existing technology, if we used aircraft, this will be the equivalent of taking a small airline and just saying, you do nothing but spray aerosols in the stratosphere for the next N decades.
How shocked would you be if you actually found out they've been doing this for a long time? Just saying. Just want to throw that out there. Anyway, on with the news. In the Netherlands, speaking of the New World Order, we got the PM make it clear where the food's going to come from. 4 global food hubs will send out all of the food around the world controlled by the largest farming companies, putting little farms out. Well, I'm going to eat organic. Oh, well, buyer beware. Bill Gates funded edible food coating hits the organic food market. Yeah, they're going to coat all of the organic food, everything. Unless you're growing your food yourself. Maybe, I don't know. Chicken Little, how 14 popular fast food chains are bulking up their poultry-based offerings with seaweed, beef, soy, oat, and wood. Yeah, check it out. I mean, just throw that in the food bin, I guess. Enormous fireball. Other changes of news going on. Lights up the sky over Uzbekistan. Is that how you say that? After a huge gas explosion. I think I got a video of this. Check this out. Woo! Not quite the Tianjin explosion, but what a blast. Put a link to that. Archaeologists spot strange structures underwater, find 7,000-year-old road, proving that, no matter what humans do on this planet, every once in a while, some force out there does hit a reset button and tops everything over. I don't know. Put a link to that. A couple of other things here. Meteorite may have crashed through the roof of New Jersey home. What? What did it have anything to do with this? What is this? I don't know if this is a new video or old video, but check that out. I don't recall ever seeing this one. This is flying through the sky somewhere, someplace, I don't know. Over to strange and bizarre news, I got several videos for you this week. NYC subway riders are getting frustrated with protesters interrupting disrupting their rides. People are still upset, I think, about the guy that got choked out. By the way, that guy was charged with manslaughter or something.
Get another train. Take another train.
Let that play out in the courts. They won't let the guy get off the train. There's a bunch of shoving going on.
They lynching us out here, bro.
They're lynching us out here,
They are
bro.
lynching us out here, bro. They are lynching us out here.
I'm black. I understand.
They lynching us out here, bro. 40 million from my hood, bro. know the nigga personally. He's from my hood. Bro, niggas, you don't have to explain to niggas, my nigga. Fuck it. Don't explain to...
Sorry, that's funny. We got the girl pepper sprays teacher because he took her phone.
Mace?
Mace? Pepper? What?
Mace is crazy.
I need my phone.
Mace is crazy.
She follows. I think she does it again. Hang on.
No.
Let's fast forward a second.
Give me my phone.
She wants her phone. Ah! Oh, that hurts. You ever been hit with pepper spray? That's some real shit right there. She's upset over her phone. This was supposed to be a different tweet of two ladies getting in a fight and one bit the other one, but the tweet was removed, so this is a reply to that tweet. I guess the cat bites the girl and the girl bites the cat. I don't know. That stuff's being removed from Twitter already. Zombies trying to get into bookies. I don't know what that is. Pancake Day in the UK. You got all kinds of fighting going on over here. This goes on for a couple minutes. At the end of it, the guy grabs the thing up here and pulls it down. The crowd goes wild. I love it. Here we go. See, he's going to drop down from above. Wait a minute. Here it comes. Here. Not him, the other guy. On the left side, the guy's going to pull down the thing. Watch. I don't know what's going on. SUVs are killing people. This was the guy that ran over all the people down in Texas. Why are we not talking about banning SUVs? They're clearly dangerous. I mean, they killed 8 people this past week. Look at this. The SUVs are down. Look at this. Richmond. Look at this. Look. Watch what this SUV does. This cop is struggling with a suspect, and this SUV just decides to take off with both of them. Watch this. These things are dangerous, man. They're putting people's lives at risk. You see, watch. The SUV just decides it ain't having them. It ain't gonna have it any longer. It's all crashing into stuff and lands over by the McDonald's. Shots fired. I mean, just madness. The SUVs firing shots. The guy out in Oakland, he couldn't figure out how to defeat the iPhone security thing, so he says, screw it, I'm going to take the whole thing. There's no sound here. But he's just going to take all these iPhones with him. This is what's going on out in Oakland. Put a link to that. What's going on in Louisiana? A body found in Arby's freezer. Body in the freezer. Put a link to that. Cops pull over guy for DUI. He's wearing a Bud Light costume. I swear, officer, I'm not drunk. Put a link to that. Craziness. Son of NBA Magic okay.
Here's E.J. Johnson.
E.J. Johnson. I gotta mute the audio because of copyright stuff. But he's showing up at the NBA playoffs, I think it is. Putting on the Ritz. I didn't know this. Of course, I don't follow these people's lives, but wow. Let's see. This woman here, she's an actress of some sort. She says she's going to F anybody up that tries to mess with LGBTQ people. And I got one at the bottom. Baby born from 3 people's DNA first in the UK. Okay, the lines were crossing. For all the news, please check my favorite videos. Jason A. put out a good one over there. He's always putting out some good ones. I think this is the lady that took over Twitter. Here, we got the Red Sox, Fenway Park, nobody buying Bud Light. Car repo guy talking about car repo stuff. Allen, Texas shooting. Did I even cover that last week? I don't even know. That guy that shot up all those people in that mall there. Tracking Falcon Heavy from 140 miles away. That's like from last week. Anyway, check my favorite. There's a few news stories over there this week you want to check them. And thank you to the people who still put out content. There's not too many people to put out content anymore. Where the hell did all you people go? I'm still here. Y'all just left me here. Anyway, I got some shout outs this week. I got shout out to Ron DeSantis. It is not healthcare. It is not healthcare to cut off a private parts of a child. I agree. I had to give a shout out to him. And shout out, let's end it on a different note like we did last week. Shout out to these excellent riders. This cop is chasing this motorcycle. It's got to be in a different country because these aren't U.S. license plates. But check this out. This goes on for like 6 minutes. Amazing, amazing skill. Some people have said maybe this was sped up. I don't know. Even if it was, it still doesn't make it any less amazing. I mean, look at this. You can get hypnotized if you watch this whole video. I'm telling you, it's that good. It is just amazing. In the end, the cop does get the guy. I gotta give you a spoiler. But watch this. Look at this. Some close calls, huh? They're hitting bumps. They're hitting all kinds of stuff. The girl, at one point, both her feet come up off the bar in the back. Crazy. But yeah, in the end, let's just fast forward to the end here. I think this guy might wipe out or he just can't get through. Whoa! Look at that! Look at that! Crazy skill. I think he wipes it out right here somewhere. Yeah, right there. He couldn't take that turn. Still, though, man, shout out. Excellent. That's all I got for this week, guys. If you like the report, please give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. If you think it sucked, it's the worst. You know, once again, please rate, though. It helps me move around. You can also follow me on all my links below. The Twitter, the BitChute, the Guide, the Rumble, all the links are at the bottom. You can support me on Patreon or directly with DonorBox. I put a lot into these reports. As I'm shooting this, it's about 2 o'clock in the morning. Probably won't get this one up till 5 or 6. I got a lot of editing to do. But that's all the news on a Sunday. What's coming next? I don't know. The COVID stuff seems to be completely flat now. The vaccine stuff seems to be completely flat now. So we're just waiting for the next big thing. A lot of World War III stuff going on. You know, I don't know if they're going to do, if we're going to have a 2024 election. I have a feeling that there's going to be a huge false flag before then. But then again, we say this every 4 years, don't we? I don't know the way it looks this year. We got all the stuff, the southern border is being invaded. Who knows what's coming across the border? And somebody brought up the point of we don't know what kind of diseases may be coming across the border too. So maybe we'll have another pandemic out of all that. I don't know. But this is what happened this last week. Tell me what's going on with you. How's the weather where you are? It is about 66 in St. Louis. We had some rain yesterday. It's going to be a little bit of rain today, I think. But, you know, it's springtime, summertime coming. Hope you guys are doing well. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for a few minutes on a Sunday while I give you the news. You guys take care, stay safe. I love you very much. I will see you on the next one.